What is up, Lord Chat? How's it going? Overwatch 2 is now just Overwatch again. And it seems like they have a pretty neat plan about what they're going to do. 5 characters being released next week, ready to play off the rip. And who knows what NetEase has in mind, or if they have anything in mind to push back a little bit. But you know what? The best thing to happen to Overwatch, it is Marvel Rivals, and the best thing from Marvel Rivals is Overwatch. And you know what? I think that NetEase, they're going to keep up with the 1 character a month type of thing for the foreseeable future, probably all the way up until next year, probably next January. They said they have some stuff planned out and that this is going to be their best year yet. But I had some suggestions or some things in mind that might be beneficial for NetEase and all the player base right now to retaliate, not retaliate, but to to get some ground back against Overwatch. I'm not an Overwatch player. Never like I used to play Overwatch 1 when it first came out, but when Marvel Rivals came out, that has been my thing. So honestly, I'm excited that there's competition because it's only going to make both these games better, whether you're an Overwatch fan or a Rivals fan. But let me just make 6 suggestions here to NetEase that may be beneficial, not only for them, but for the player base, especially with Overwatch making a big swing here. So the first thing is I think they should add a variation system. And this is what I mean by a variation system. Let's go ahead. Let's go into practice real quick. Mortal Kombat X had a variation system, and I think Overwatch is introducing a perk system. Mortal Kombat X is like a decade old now. I think it was like 2015. That's crazy to think. But here's just an example. I think they should introduce a variation system and have it apply only to support.
Our enemies are here.
Because I think, and this is another thing I wanted to suggest, that triple support should be nerfed, taken out of the game. The first thing, getting some sort of variation or perk system onto supports. I think that will change the way that supports are, and you won't have to deal with triple supports. So here's an example. Mantis. One of the ideas I had is giving each support 3 perks or variations, 2 sleeps, actually. So that will be one of them. You can choose that in the beginning of the game. When you're choosing her, you'll choose her. She'll have her base kit no matter what. All these perks will be additional add-ons. That's the way it worked in Mortal Kombat, is that each character had a base kit, but they had 3 variations. The 3 variations, they either got bonus moves, bonus buttons, like bonus combo buttons, or bonus like special moves. Not the whole entire kit changed, only some of it. I think all the kit should stay the same for each character, and then for all the supports, but they get an additional add-on. So if you wanted to with Mantis, if they're diving the hell out of you, maybe you have 2 sleeps. So boom, and then you're able to use the second one right away. So her second variation could be that you have 2 extra flowers to heal. I think that would be good for her. But then the third one could be like you're using your healing orbs or your damage orbs. When you're using them, it creates a field almost like Loki's lamps, where if you're in that field, the buff applies to you or the heal applies to you as well. I think that's like, and you can use it with Ultron. Ultron, maybe like one of his variations, he's quicker. Maybe one of his variations, he has 3 drones instead of 2. And then one of the other variations, he actually heals a lot more, but he still only has the 2 drones. But those are just some ideas. I think it could work out. They can test it out. In that way, they can pull back on triple support. I think a lot of people are tired of it. I'm tired of it. majority of DPS and tanks are tired fighting against triple support. I think it's exhausting. I think it's old. The meta has been here for, I feel like, months and months and months, especially with Gambit and Loki now. It's tiring. So let's go on to idea number 2, the customizable outfits. This is something I think needs to change real soon. I feel like a lot of these characters have outfits that are bland. A lot of the community doesn't like some of the hair, they don't like some of the accessories, they don't like the way some of the, I don't know, skirts look or the color palettes. So they're doing good with the customizable option of being able to buy additional colors. But I think each costume should have an option to change your colors. Here's just an example for this one here. You know, there has been things online, specifically like for like the Emma skin and for Invis, where people are modding stuff into the game, and it just looks way better than what they're doing here at NetEase. So I think NetEase should take into consideration that some of the mods and people that are actually just doing the mods instead of buying these skins, or maybe they're buying the skins and then doing the mods. I don't know how it's working on PC, but some of the outfits just look way better, and they should take into consideration. Let me pay 200 coins or 200 of the molecules to change the hair, or be able to change the hair to how I want it, or to change the colors even more, or change the shoes or change the accessories. And maybe change the accessory system a little bit. I think that will give people the desire to spend some money in this game. And honestly, I'm all for it, because some of these skins, or some of the things in these skins, make me, it pushed me away from wanting to buy it. And I mean, obviously, like, I have coins, but I'm hesitant to buy skins where I'm not like 100% sure on. Number 3 is more bans. I think bans, either adding a third ban or adding what I want to call is a ban on your own team. So not letting, and I think this will help with throwing, or it won't. Maybe it'll make it worse. But I want to be able to go into a ranked match and immediately nobody can select a character. Let me know what you think of this. This is just an idea. All these are just ideas. Immediately you're going into character select, you're not able to lock a character. Within 10 seconds, you're all going to vote on a character that you do not want on your team at all. Not the enemy team, on your team. So if you did not want a Spider-Man or a Black Widow, or you didn't want, I don't know, a Penny, or you didn't want, what are some other throw picks? Maybe Wanda without Strange. But yeah, some of the lower tiers, or you didn't want a Black Panther on your team, and you go into the match, within 10 seconds, you all have to place a vote, majority of vote, or the percentage vote stays the same way it is during bans. And yeah, so that way your teammates cannot select that character, and then you go into the regular ban phase, or you go into locking to who you want to play, and then the ban phase. I think that would be cool. Most people will probably disagree, because most people are casuals who play this game and they want to play Spider-Man, or they want to play their favorite superhero who probably sucks in this game, and I'm sorry that they do, but that's just an idea. That's number 3. And if you guys haven't already, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you're commenting down below about what you think NetEase should be doing. It will potentially put this video out there for them to see, and maybe they'll take our ideas and our thoughts and look at your comments, or look what I'm saying. So yeah, it really helps me, and I appreciate you guys watching this far. So number 4 was start cracking down on the throwers. I think I had read something recently where season 0 and 1, there was way more bans than there is between season 2 and right now. What are we at, season 6? Almost at 6.5. So they need to be able, I don't know, hire people. I'll do it for an hour or 2 hours a day. Look at bans or reports. They need to start cracking down on it more, even if it's in quick play, even if it's giving them, there needs to be harsher punishments for throwers. They need to crack down harder. That's just what it is, because the game's free and it's always going to be toxic, and this community is not going to change. unless the punishments change. 5 is crossovers. So, like my thumbnail that I made, Disney obviously owns Marvel, but Disney also owns a lot of other IPs that I think would be pretty cool. And IPs that maybe they can just like reach out and do the collab with. So I know this is another Mortal Kombat reference, but MK did collabs with, I think it was Dark Horse with Hellboy. It worked. They did collab with Ninja Turtles. It worked. They've done collabs with horror movies. And, you know, thankfully in Disney's corner, in their pocket, they have Alien, they have Predator, which they can use for stuff like this. Why wouldn't they? It would make so much sense. Imagine all the Predator costumes. That would be dope. Let's see how the crossovers work for Overwatch. I know the NetEase dev said they're open to doing collabs, but I think it's time. I honestly think it is time to do something different. Idea number 6. Villains. We need more villains. We need more Spider-Man villains. We just need more villains across the board. A lot of these comics and these characters, they have such cool villains. Like Spider-Man, there's like 5 alone. Green Goblin, Sandman, man, Electro, Scorpion, right? Doc Ock, like the Spider-Man list goes forever. I feel like, but the big ones like Thanos and Doctor Doom, they need to be put in this game, and they need to stop holding back. Even if they announce it like in 8 months we have a big surprise for you, or in 9 months, or in a year we have a huge surprise for you, or we have really big news, or even add Galacta, her annoying ass. I don't know, add things, you know, that people are gonna want to play this game. Deadpool was a big one, and though I don't have the most fun playing him, I don't think he's that great. It brought a lot of people in, and it mixed things up for sure. He was really cool in the fact that he's 3 classes, so that made it kind of fun. But there's potential with other characters to do things like that, like having 3 classes. Let me know what characters you think could be 3 classes the way Deadpool is. But just straight out, we need more villains. We need more badass characters in this game. Raven the Hunter. I mean, the list can just go on forever, right? We can just keep talking about Marvel characters. Mephisto would be dope. I'm sure you guys have all thought about this, and not even just the abilities, but the potential. And one other one, like I had for number 5 again, with crossover characters. I didn't really include it much in the thumbnail, but then I had the idea. Maybe I'll do it in a separate video. Is Spawn. Like, reach out to other comic book characters or other IPs. You can't really probably go the Warner Brothers route and ask for some of the stuff that they got, but you can definitely ask. You know, just saying, this is a perfect spot for Spawn, I feel like. And Overwatch is killing it with their collabs, man. They looks like they had a fun time with the Street Fighter stuff. And I know that there was that Street Fighter stuff on Twitter X where, you know, people were making their own designs for Marvel Rivals characters, and that's really cool. That's really badass. So just let me know what you guys think. Again, if you made it to the end here, I really appreciate you. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe. I really appreciate that if you do. And maybe if you guys do, maybe NetEase sees this. Update is today. If you're watching this, update is today. There's some bug fixes, the usual. There's some new costumes coming out. Magneto, Groot. Excited for those. I'll probably buy those ones. I'll probably get those ones. And I know since I'm a console player, yeah, I don't have a PC. Well, I do have a PC, but not one that can handle playing this game. It can handle all this, but probably not playing this game. But I'm really excited for this dumb fix on console where some of the characters won't look pixelated. I know, lame, but I am excited for that. I got this. You got this. We got this. Together, everything's going to be okay. You guys have a good one.